What's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing LLC, and I have a special person right here in front of this camera. Tell everybody who you are, sir, and tell us a little bit about Any Heads Rainwater and this event they have put on today.
Absolutely. I am Louis Jenkins, and it is indeed a great honor to be here with the school and the kids, the principal, and Mr. and Mrs. Rainwater as we celebrate the history and legacy of his family. It is indeed an awesome program. You know, when I look at the kids and the integration of the kids and how they embrace all of the different things that were going on among African Americans and all the other cultures that are involved in the city of Carrollton. I just love the way that the kids did the various aspects of MLK speech, I Have a Dream. It was absolutely awesome that each of the kids had a significant part that they came forth and represent I Have a Dream, and that it's by the content of the kids that they talked about how they were going to be judged, how they were going to be open, how they were going to work, that they were going to be the one that was going to be selected, and they were going to be the chosen one to bring forth the freedom among themselves. And we have to start with the kids. And I love that doing this at this elementary school, because now the kids are learning about Black history and they're embracing it, and it's becoming a part of their lives. And it's not just Black lives, it's about American history. And African American is playing a significant part and has played a significant part in all of the history of America.
And let me ask you this, man. What would you say, what kind words do you have for Mr. Willie Rainwater, man, for putting on a special event like this and creating a amazing atmosphere, multicultural like this?
You know what they say? They said that in order to bring about a change, you need someone with conviction, with faith, and a vision. And Brother Rainwater, Reverend Rainwater, he has all of those things. He is committed to the cause. The city of Carrollton has a resource that is within him that is great for the city, that is great for African American, and great for all of the people of the city of Carrollton because of the way that he has committed himself, his family, his ministry to bringing a change and bringing the visibility of the history and the contributions that people in the city has made to the city to make it what it is today.
Thank you, man. That is such an awesome word. We appreciate you taking out the time for this interview. Any last shout outs that you want to give, man, to friends, family, people here, and how can people find more information about you on social media, sir?
Well, what I would say is that one of the things that Reverend Rainwater said is that we have to lead with love and truth. And sometimes when we look at history, history has eliminated some part of the truth. So we have to bring forward the truth in love. And then when we do that, we can begin to embrace not just one particular culture, but all of the culture. I always say that if you look at people, you can see how great God is, because God didn't just make one person. God is so talented in the things that he does, so powerful in that he made a rainbow of people. And that's why we are all different. And then we have to embrace that through relationship and through love for one another.
Perfect, man.
Yeah. So with that being said, if you talk about me being on podcasts and those kinds of things, I basically eliminate myself from those, but I do have a Facebook, and I do have Instagram and those things. So it's LL Jenkins on Facebook, as well as the same thing on podcasts.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking out the time to the interview. We pray you stay blessed by the best and keep supporting this Rainwater family, man. Thank you so much.
Will do. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak and share my thoughts.
Thank you. What's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing LLC, and I have a gentleman right here in front of the camera. Tell everybody who you are, sir, and tell us your thoughts about this amazing day for Any Rainwater Elementary School, Any Heads Rainwater.
Oh, yeah, well, my name is Ron Branson. I had the honor of serving as mayor of Carrollton for 3 years, 2008 to 2011, and I've been a friend of Willie's for a long time. In fact, we call ourselves brothers.
Yeah.
But he's got a very important message that he delivers, and it's good for us to remember. In fact, I grew up in North Carolina, and I can't remember, I was around 12 years old when we had a thing like I called the Woolworth sit-in Greensboro, North Carolina. Which that time I didn't really understand all the big issues, everything, but I knew that it was important, and it's become more important every year. And if you don't remember the history, you're going to tend to repeat it. So it's good that we keep the message out there.
And let me ask you this: how important is it for like Willie himself to have such a boldness for this type of topic, and for it to be such a positive thing, and hopefully it to be infectious with a lot of people and spread throughout this country?
Well, sometimes you got to kick people in the butt to get their attention, and he tends to do that once in a while, but he does it with respect, and he has the reverence to keep it that way, and people respect him for that.
Awesome, man. And as far as being a former mayor, man, what type of responsibilities did that entail, and how does it tie together with what they're doing here with the Rainwater family?
Well, it tied in that we always had to look out for the good of everyone, and you can't do everything for everybody. You got to prioritize, and you got to make sure that everyone's included, and that's what we do as mayors, as good mayors. We make sure that everyone has the proper chance to give their input, and it's given due consideration. We make the improvements where we can.
And last question here: when you hear the name Willie Rainwater, what comes to your mind?
Willie's my brother, and I don't know. I'll throw this out there. Willie had a kidney transplant from a white donor. I had a heart transplant from a 14-year-old African American out of Mississippi. So we share a lot. Willie and I share a lot.
Any other shout outs, or how can people find more information about yourself, whether it be social media or?
Well, I go to Aldersgate United Methodist Church on Old Denton Road, and everyone's invited. So come on by any Sunday. We'd be glad to see you there.
Thank you for the interview, sir. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing LLC, and an amazing gentleman in front of the camera. Tell everybody who you are and what's your reason for being here today.
Hi, Chris. My name is Steve Babick. I'm the mayor of Carrollton. I'm here to, as Carrollton always does, turn out and support our Rainwater family in the Black History Month and celebrate Annie Head's Rainwater in particular.
Awesome, man. Tell everybody that's not here about the amazing atmosphere that's here at the event today.
A lot of energy. This is a lot of energy, a lot of diversity, a lot of people from various backgrounds, and it really is awesome when you get that together and the energy level that's there. A lot of music, a lot of heart, a lot of soul coming together, really allowing our hearts to smile.
How do you feel like having something like this year by year has a mental play on children and a positive outlook?
It's absolutely positive, right? I mean, these children, year after year, celebrating our past and understanding how they fit into the current and the future, it's so important. We need to inspire. We need to potentially fan that flame that's inside of them so that one day they become the next leaders of Carrollton.
And let me ask you this, Willie Rainwater, who's putting this together and has a lot of responsibility on him, as being a mayor, how do you balance yourself and also have a passion for something like this, which you have a lot of other things that you have to deal with as well? How do you find time to balance those as a mayor?
It's a good question, but it's ultimately priorities and managing your time. You prioritize, you can't attend everything, but there are some things that you're just not going to miss. And an event like this is just too important nowadays. Like I said up there on the stage, we are better today than we were yesterday. We need to be far better tomorrow than we are today. And it's events like this and awareness like this that's going to get us there. And only through involvement and prioritizing events like this will I do my part.
Perfect, man. And when you hear that name, Willie Rainwater, when you first met Willie, what was your impressions and what was the connection that tied you two together like that?
Willie is he's one of those men that he and Juanita both and his entire family, it's the heart. When I hear him, when I talk to him, he's an educator at heart. He's always teaching. Yes, he preaches. Yes, he can scold you at times, but he is always teaching and always from his heart. And that's what really attracted me. And is anytime somebody's going to speak from their heart, it may be uncomfortable at times,
Right.
but it's from the heart. And I know he intends only to make me a better person because of it.
Perfect. And when people feel a little uncomfortable, how do they find balance with the positive message?
I think the balance comes by checking your own emotions, right? And really opening your ears. It's back to, we have two of these and one of these. Let's use them in that ratio. Let's listen more than we speak.
Thank you, sir. How can people find more information for you? They want to follow you and the things you have going on in this world.
I'm on Facebook, again, Steve Babick, at Steve Babick, or at Babick, the number 4, Carrollton, on Facebook. Or you can find me on the City Hall website as well, steve.babick. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the interview and your support, and keep doing what you're doing for this community, sir.
Thanks so much, Chris. Bye-bye.
What's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC, and I have a gentleman right here in front of your camera. Tell everybody who you are, sir, and your reason for being here today at Annie Head's Rainwater Elementary School.
Well, my name is Bahram Jalalizadeh, BJ. Most people here know me. Reason for coming is a Black History Month. It's something that we believe in, race unity and ideal of oneness of mankind, and having great relationship with the city of Carrollton, working with Willie and Juanita and the Christ Community Connection, and even before then, Carrollton Community Connection for many years. So that's a continuation of a journey that we've been working together.
Wow. And so you've been doing it for a while and have probably met so many people. Where did the original passion come from to want to bring unity such as what Mr. Willie Rainwater is doing here?
Well, I'm Persian. I came from Persia, so I came from another country here. And as I came here and I went to University of Oklahoma, I began to actually notice the prejudice which existed. And it did not take that long for a newcomer, a new young student, to see a different way in that area in Oklahoma the prejudice was existed. And I began to reflect on it. That was not my belief. I believe in oneness of mankind. Even in Persia, I believed in oneness of mankind and hospitality and love for everyone. So as I moved here for my career, we decided, and after I got married, decided to work in activities that essentially brings race unity. And being part of the Baha'i community, which fundamentally believe in oneness of mankind based on justice, race relation is critical to the success of this unity. And I think it's one of the most challenging issues facing America. And therefore, my wife and I began to get involved in every aspect of working with different people, different religion, different society, different churches, different genders. So a lot of our friends are African American, a lot of our friends are Hispanic, of all people. And also particularly myself, I work in an industry which is a global industry. I'm in telecommunication field. So I deal with every country, every human being on earth, so I travel a lot. So that relationship, seeing everyone as one, has connected me to this community, being part of this community has connected me.
Wow. Wow. So let me ask you this too, man. I can talk to you all day. Let me ask you this. How important is it instilling this into the children? You know what I'm saying? Before they become adults. Because, you know, as people become adults, it's hard to break stuff. You know, break those habits and your belief system. How good is it to instill their belief system now?
Actually, I think it's one of the foundational. If you wanted to change a society, first it starts at you, then home, with your family raising children with that essence, and then in educational system. So I think education from birth, or even pre-birth, is really a big part of learning. And the idea of learning and understanding that we're all one, no one is superior than somebody else, regardless of their color, regardless of their country, nationalities, gender. And all kind of prejudice needs to go. The education is the only means, and education can be involved of any kind, not only school education, but spiritual education, society education, community building is critical in the fabric of building a community with children have that identity, they're part of this community, beyond themselves, beyond their own family, that they belong to a community which everyone sees each other as one.
Wow, man, that is so amazing. How can people find more information about you on social media or anything like that?
Well, maybe the best thing is my name is BJ, again, Jalalizadeh. My number is, I give you my number, 972-693-1638. That's my mobile number. My email address is bj@maveneer.com. That's the company that we have built. It's in telecommunication, and anyone that needs to have access, I'll be happy to work with anyone who believes in this foundational and most important issue, oneness of mankind based on justice, and solving the racial and healing the racial wounds which is in this country, but in a positive way, and bringing people together. No guilt on anyone. It is all, we all want in it together to change, transform society together.
Wow, man. We need more people like yourself. Thank you for the interview,
Thank
sir,
you.
and continue doing what you're doing for the community. Thank you so much.
Very much. Bye-bye.
What's up, y'all? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC, and I got a gentleman right here in front of this camera. Tell everybody who you are, sir, and what's your purpose, and how you enjoyed the day here at Annie Heads Rainwater Elementary School.
Yes, sir. I'm Kevin Falconer. I'm currently Denton County Commissioner, but just finished my term as mayor last year. I was mayor for 5 years and on city council for 6 here in Carrollton, and a long-time resident of Carrollton and a long-time fan of the Rainwater family.
Wow, man. Tell us about some of the things that you think the Rainwaters are doing out here and how it plays into what it is that you are doing as in your role here.
Well, you know, I would say one of the things that Mr. and Ms. Rainwater do so well is educate. They have been a mentor to me, and through all these years that I've known the Rainwaters, they've really helped me to see a perspective that as a white guy I can't necessarily see, right? And so it has been very, very educational for me. And even today, not just educational, but inspirational. Mm-hmm. And so they bring those two together so well. And that's what we saw today in this event, where we got to hear some things that are very educational, but at the same time, this was such an inspirational thing. Seeing those kids,
right.
And you know what, there's something special for me because in addition to the fact that I love the Rainwaters, all 3 of my daughters went all the way through their education, and their elementary school education right here in this school named for Annie Heads Rainwater. And so they've always known the Rainwater name, and they always will, right? We always remember our elementary school. And so this holds a special place coming in here and getting to hear and see all of this program right here in the Rainwater Elementary. Brings back so many good memories for me, and it's just always such an uplifting event that the Rainwaters do.
Where can people find more information about you? And then the last question would be, if they continue something like this going on, instilling this goodness into the children and as well as to the adults, man, what type of goals do you think that they can achieve by continuing doing something like this in the next couple of years?
Well, I think that they've had a dream, and they've been working towards that dream, and they've fulfilled so much of that. And you get to see that when you put your effort into action in this country, we can make a difference. We got a long ways to go. But there's, as Mr. Rainwater even said today, compared to when he was 6 years old and to these 6-year-olds that are here today, a big difference. So we need to remember we aren't finished, but we can see that there's progress being made. And so you can contact me. Denton County has a website, so all of our information is there. But my email is firstname.lastname@dentoncounty.gov. So kevin.falconer@dentoncounty.gov, and I'd be happy to have anyone like to email me anything, and I'd be happy to respond anytime.
Thank you so much for the interview. Keep doing what you're doing, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You got it. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC. And it's a special person in front of the camera. Tell everybody who you are and why you're here today at the Annie Heads Rainwater Elementary School.
Well, I am Reverend Crystal Bates. I am the proud president of DFW Metro NAACP. We cover Carrollton, Capel, Louisville, Flower Mound, and Grapevine. I am also the president and founder of C Bates, which stands for Communities Building Attitudes to Encourage Success. That's my own personal nonprofit organization. And I'm also a proud member of and officer for the Capel Rotary Club. I serve also with the state of Texas NAACP conference as their vice chair for the Environmental Affairs Committee. And then lastly, I am the logistics coordinator and legislative coordinator for Our Vote, Our Voice, which is a nonpartisan Get Out the Vote coalition.
Awesome. Wow. So first question to ask you, how do you find balance? How many brains do you have to find balance to do all these things?
Because I serve such an amazing God that when He gives us a passion, He gives us an assignment, He gives us a calling, He also provides. And He also qualifies. And He also makes a way out of no way. And so if it were not for Him,
Come
I
on.
would not be standing here. Today I celebrate my birthday. So
Ah,
God.
happy
Look at
birthday.
God.
Oh, we're
Look
going to
at
have to turn
God.
up for her birthday, y'all. That's amazing.
Yes.
Let me ask you this about today's event, man. It's so multicultural, and tell us a little bit about what you think about the atmosphere of what's been created here.
Today it was awesome, and I will say this was my first time having the opportunity to attend. We also participated in the Martin Luther King parade that you all held, and that's how I found out about this. And we have a newsletter that Reverend Rainwater sends information, so we always put you all's information in our newsletter. So I definitely, and of course, since your grandmother, she celebrated her birthday yesterday, I definitely didn't want to miss the opportunity to come out and celebrate.
Awesome.
But listen, such amazing and a wealth of information, even in the climate where with all the CRT debates and with the removal of books and then the discussion of omitting African American history in our schools. This was necessary. It was necessary. It was needed. It was so on point. And yeah, it might have been some people uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But hey, if you're uncomfortable, that means you get out and use your voice, use your power to speak up against. Because when God reveals things to us and when we become knowledgeable of things, that means we have an obligation to stand up. So I hope those that were uncomfortable will show up, show out, and speak up. Because if you're just uncomfortable and you leave and you don't come back and speak power, because I think I was hearing something, and I'm going to have to ask some questions, but it sounds like there's a museum here, but then there's some information being omitted. And so I'm concerned about this. I'm going to have to get the rest of that information, so we'll see what's going on.
So tell everybody, how can they find more information about you?
Okay, you can visit my website, cbates.org, or that's for my nonprofit organization. You can connect with our NAACP branch at DFW Metro, NAACP. You can find us on Twitter, on Facebook. I'm Reverend Crystal Bates. Connect with us, get involved, and make a difference.
Perfect. Thank you for the interview, and thanks for coming today. Keep doing what you're doing.